Yeah, I mean, I completely understand, you know, it's like, I want to be there, and I want to help, and I want to support, and then it's, you know, the streamer themselves is, like, gone, and, you know, like, I do completely understand that, you know, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to, you know, feel like, you don't have to feel like you have to be here, you know. I've completely forgotten where we were. I think, let's see, this is level 17. I think we were working on Arcanist for healing. So that we could get, like, Scholar and stuff. As of January 25th, it will be back on, it is back on sale. Awesome. Awesome. Just like the company. I mean, yeah, I am always, well, I'm not always around. Like, you can always message me on Discord or things like that, and I know it's not, you know, the same, but, you know, I'm always good to chat and things like that. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I mean, anybody that I have on Discord or in my server or anything, you know, like, that's part of the whole reason, like, point of having the server and stuff is people come together and message each other and talk and stuff whenever they want, you know. I mean, I don't usually get annoyed by people DMing me or anything, so, in fact, most of the day I spend not talking to anybody unless somebody else DMs me, because I am absolutely terrible about, like, starting any kind of a conversation with anybody. And so I just will, like, not talk to anybody for weeks if I don't have any reason to message them or they don't message me, so. Guildmaster Thubbergreen wishes to inform you of an important task. You seem tired, Liliya. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Foreseer Clea has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Foreseer will explain the situation. Horrible at small talk and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, as terrible as it sounds, if I'm not talking lewd things to somebody, I have nothing to talk about. And, like, I feel terrible because, like, that really sucks. You know? So, I was beginning to think I miscalculated, Liliya. Thank you for coming. I'll soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limsa Laminsa's ports are subject to inspection by Mailvane's gate assessors. It's a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering a resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Okay? Very good. The arcane entity given form by Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest of enemies will falter before you. Instead, we could not conduct these dangerous Indeed, we could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please return to Mistress Thubbergame and inform her of your participation. I'll join you once I have completed some final adjustments in my tactical formulae. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, nobody ever talks to me because if they message me, it'll be like 4 messages back and forth, and that'll be the whole thing if they don't, like, create some way to talk, you know? You have agreed to accompany the Forcier, and I shall gladly teach you how to summon the Topaz Carbuncle. Pray do not hesitate to employ this entity in combat should the inspection turn sour. Yay! Summon Topaz and enhanced Aether Charge. Like, as much as I want to talk to people all the time, I just have nothing to say most of the time. So, let's see. Guildmaster Thubbergame is awaiting the arrival of the inspection party members. The mercenaries, Gisfrin and Eorzea, are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Liliya during her more dangerous duties. Well met, Liliya. My spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Forcier's tactics and we keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in airport. We will meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. There's almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at this pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, so that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowd with armed soldiers. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become entangled in multiple, drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem Hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Liliya. It is time we departed. Let's regroup before the main gates of Aleport. Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. I have many friends, at least I feel like I have many friends, that, like, yeah, if I could talk to regularly, I would, but it's just like, well, why do they want to talk to me? You know? Like, everybody always talks about, like, that they love, like, me DMing and stuff like that, you know? Doing, you know, D&D and stuff like that. But outside of D&D, I, like, never talk to anybody. So, if I do, again, it's, you know, mature conversations that, you know, make most people extremely uncomfortable, and so then I just don't talk to people because of that. Oh, well, I already had Carbuncle summoned. Let us be about our task, Liliya. Pray, inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Speak with the boat steersman. Which is where? Down here? Oh, okay. I think it's like this person, the ferry skipper. No? Wait, who am I even supposed to be talking to? Oh, that person way over there. Well, why isn't the marker over there then? Oh, it is over there. I'm just not reading the map right. I mean, the issue there is that it's not really occasional lewdness. Like, lewdness is the only thing I know to talk about. So, like that's sort of the issue, is that I know nothing else to talk about. So, you're with the folks from Melvin's Gate. Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. Oh, hi. Didn't even see you over there. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I've no part of what comes next, though. Like, it honestly is why most people don't talk to me. So... Deftly handled, Liliya. Once again, I am reminded of our guild master. Thanks to your efficient response, we'll be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Eorzea, if you would take the rudder, the Morning Star awaits. Although I got a lot of comments recently on one of my Mabinogi episodes that was like, I'm sad that you don't do Mabinogi anymore. So now I'm like debating if I want to go through all the trouble of re-downloading Mabinogi and stuff to keep playing. Like, I do enjoy it. You know, the story is good. The gameplay is what's terrible about the game. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect, with a probability of 85%, that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem Hardhead. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that the suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It's a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? Just thinking today about my sumo. Or I guess in this case it would be Usum, because it was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Or I guess it would be just Ultra Moon, but yeah. Never got finished. Yeah, I've done like 3 streams of it, and I keep like not continuing it. I really need to. I am Eorzea Kalea. By the authority of Melvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well, now, your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up, you see? Bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day after we've fixed the hinges. I will see the cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limbs and Lemons is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. Law, is it? Lads, I reckon it's time our guests add themselves a little accent. Pitch 'em over the side. It's so tiny. I love it. Like, I'm used to seeing all of these cutscenes with, you know, my, I'm used to seeing these cutscenes with the Mikote that I play. And she is, you know, considerably taller, obviously. So it's so funny seeing these cutscenes at this, like, tiny perspective. But yeah, the streams that I was doing were Ultra Moon. The YouTube Let's Play was Moon. But the streams have been Ultra Moon. I keep forgetting that that's no longer an ability. Or not the one I'm used to anyway. Want to make another character so you can make a monk and be that tiny? That's funny. A masterful display, Liliya. Now we can finally gain access to their cargo. Oof. Clea. What have we here then? It's one of the bitch admiral's lapdogs scampering about me ship. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Ha! Recognized me pretty face, did ya? And now we meet the villain of our, of the Arcana storyline. But you're caught, exiled. Eorzea, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. Stay away from me. Eorzea, please calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering. And I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. I reckon it's time we get a different kind of lesson. Oh no. Claire, Nafika Preserver, she's fainted. We must withdraw. That was the other person, I think. I don't remember at this point. Liliya, quickly, back to the boat. We'll carry the force here. I may have done those voices backwards. I don't remember. Aye, that's right. You slink on back to your mistress, you worthless curs. Rip. Poor Clea. She has some unfortunate baggage over these people. Also, Legends Arceus is now out. Too bad I can't play it because my Switch is still broken. Aw, poor Clea though. It makes me so sad to see her in this particular story arc. She really is like my favorite character, at least of all the like classes that I've done anyway. Like she's my favorite of the class-based characters. I mean, I wouldn't be able to play it anyway because I don't own it. But if I did have a working Switch, then maybe I could, you know, maybe somebody could help me get it, and then from there, I could, you know, play it. But unfortunately, that is not a thing. Like, if it can't even run Fire Emblem, I highly doubt it will be able to run Legends Arceus. Heck, I probably can't even play freaking Breath of the Wild anymore on it. Which is fine, I haven't played Breath of the Wild on that in a while. I usually play it on the Wii U. It's good to see you. It is good to see you well, Liliya. Geist's friend sent word ahead of your travails. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you may have fared much worse. If you heard of the pirate Dosmaga, he was exiled from Limsa Laminsa some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more he dares lay a hand on Foreseer Clea. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dosmaga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Clea, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there's little we can do to salve the hurt of her mind. You are concerned? Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. I have no idea what gear I'm currently wearing. It looks like the boots are maybe the best of this. The game overclocks your Switch in dock mode? Yeah. Yeah. It would probably be a very bad idea to try to play it right now, but that's okay. We do what we can do, you know. Let's see. Let me look at my classes again. Botanist and Carpenter. Lancer and Marauder. Look at Marauder, freaking level 24. Like, what the frick, man? Just trying to think of what I can do as a quest for right now. Because I gotta hit level 17 before I can continue the story. At least if I want to, you know, do this. How old is the Switch? The Switch that I have is like initial release. Like I bought it maybe 3 weeks after the Switch had come out. So my Switch is probably as old as a Switch can be. Basically. Looking for Dotazens case of ale, eh? I'll help you. Dotazen ain't a bad sort for Swivin trader. There's a topper came asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool. Can 100% hack it then? Yeah, I just don't know how. After a cask? Well, can't really say if it's your cask. But there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I had smoked mackles, what would go down nice with ale. I think the only thing I know neither. The louse wore black, and you know what that means. The bloody executioners. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure. It was during the afternoon offloading. Fellow didn't look like a thief, though. Holstered the cask and walked right on over to the Estelicia. Talk to the guy on the Estelicia. Ah, this ship over here. The ship that I always forget is here. Yeah, sure. If you have like a tutorial or something that you can send me, that's fine. Because I mean, this is assuming that my computer could run, you know, Switch emulation. But emulation's not illegal if you already own the games. And so I would have no problems looking into it, you know? What are you looking at? This is a dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more. You may be able to scamper up to the rigging of this crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for Siren's teeth, you great clodhopper. Oh, I think that was the other person. Begging pardon, Captain, but ain't no Makote alive. Have your honor feet to the great Galutin Rogadin such as yourself. Ha! Well said, Captain. Well retorted, you bloody Sunseeker. Or was he a Moonkeeper? What other lands they got there? Bah, who even cares, am I right? Who are you, anyway? There was a whole passel of you afore, but now there's only one. That's a miser trick, it is. Nope, nothing worse than a miser. This horse and what was a Madrigal or Admiral, what was his name? He didn't like no drinking nor dancing. Bad for corals. Corals? Can't be right. Corals! Ha! Of course you're right there, lassie. Never doubt myself. Anyways, this Madrigal, I'll call him Madrigal Pinchfist, passed decrees like they was farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. No Madrigal smarter than Salem Man. We just stopped reaching with our hands altogether. Ha! We invent inveniated step dancing. That showed Madrigal Pinchfist in his corals. Ha ha! Aye, that's right, lassie. Gets me all fired up too. Makes you think like, oh, I know you want to dance. All this time I thought you was being curlish, but... No, I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not condoning piracy either, so... mostly I'm saying that, like, as a... You know, as a precaution. It's like, hey, you know, if I was to, you know, do that, it would only be the games I own, you know. Like, you know, in case like Twitch or somebody is like, oh, you're condoning piracy. It's like, no, I would, again, the whole idea is that it's the games I already own. It's just that my Switch is broken, so I can't play them on the Switch, you know. But I own the games, so it's not like I'm going out and downloading them, you know. Why you KGC Fox dancing like sailing folk, you do? Could swear there was 3 of you, or was I just... Never mind, you're practically a sister now. You ask me anything. Cask of Dodison's ale. Carried off from Fisherman's Bottom my very own self, I did. Had some, matter of fact. We'd already drunk all we had aboard. Of course, Dodison's getting paid for it. Someday. Don't make a difference if he frets a night or two. Why, you reprobate horsin'. That's the tale of that cask you lugged in. Blackguard! You dare call yourself a bloody executioner, all hugger-mugger about what belongs to who? Dodison has the cods not to mule about the colors we wear, and you play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain, wasn't thinking it through. Got to fix that, I do. It's what they call a choral failing. Adventurer, I beg pardon from my man, I swear. Limlane mistook him for an oyster and gave him grit for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dodison? Take this payment to him. We'd be much obliged. You danced with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in you. That's some long keel on the Astelicia, if you take my meaning. Rip. I love how all the other characters are just like, frick. The captain's just like, really? This is what you've done? Like, you're in big trouble. And everybody's just like, frick. Usually hacking or soft modding consoles looked down upon. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the main reason usually for hacking your consoles, so you can play games that you can't otherwise. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do understand as somebody who is very heavily struggling with money, but like, I would not do, like, if I am going to hack and play a game that I don't own, if I end up enjoying it, I would always make sure that I buy it, you know. Like, if I find a game that I like, I will always buy it, regardless of what method I've ended up getting it. There are times where, yeah, it is nice to be able to be like, well, at least I didn't have to spend the money on this. You know, when a game really disappoints you and like you can't figure out how to refund it normally. I have had several of those where it's like I bought a game and I either wasn't able to play it or like I played it for like an hour and I was just like, nah, I hate this so much. And I spent like 2 days trying to figure out how to get like a refund. And some of the companies are like, nah, we don't do refunds. You know? But it's like, okay, but like, no. You know? But like that would probably be the only reason I would do any pirating is I can, you know, give the game a test. If I enjoy it, I buy it before I even continue playing more than like an hour, you know. And again, I'm not condoning pirating. I'm saying that if I was to, which I wouldn't, that would be the reason why I would do it. I would view it as, you know, downloading a demo, and then I would still go out and support the devs by buying the game and playing it legit, you know. But it's just some of these games out there cost so much money and there's no way to even like see if you will enjoy the game. You know, there's no demos or like here's a demo of the game that isn't anything about like what the game actually plays like. And you know, it's like a demo of the game should just be like this, just straight up like the first hour and a half or so of the game. You know? Like that's just how a free demo type thing should be. Not like, oh, we handpicked this tiny portion of the game that you wouldn't normally like see, you know? There you are, not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? Whoa. The key items became big all of a sudden. Huh, well that's the price I was received, but where'd you get it? No, from the from the clients themselves. I see. Yes, there's always some blustery young fellow like that. Hasn't heard his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Cods, you say? Captain Munskid is kind to say so, I'm sure. But I hail from Olda. We trade with anyone if they've geld to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. If I know those particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cask soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. Yay, now I get the step dance. Emote. And that barely gave me any experience, so that was really pointless in an experience attempt. It's not worth full price. I mean, yeah. It definitely was not like as good as it should have been, so I'll agree on that. So, like, it needed a lot more work. It needed, like, they needed to, you know, keep it in development for a while. You know, that kind of thing. But, do hunting log? That's a good question. I forget where I am in hunting log. Oh yeah, for Arcanist, I've done a lot. And I guess I should try to find these, the Ag Digger and the Mossless Gobu. They're both in Lower Lanasia. So, I think that was the only reason I hadn't done them, was because they were in Lower, and I was always on the other. The daily level dungeon. That's true. I could look into the duty roulette as well. The main thing is just that, like, you know, I would have to queue as DPS, and that always takes like forever to get into like an actual dungeon for. But I can certainly try it, you know. So I think I need, what, 3 of these guys? The nice thing is that these enemies are always right here. Like, I think just about every level, like 12 or 13, is always just the enemies that are right here. Because there's always that one enemy here to have time to kill. I mean, yes, that is true. My main concern is always just, you know, I'm streaming. I need to keep it as interesting as possible, you know. So I always feel bad when I'm just like wandering around or like just doing leveling stuff or, you know. What server am I on? Diabolos. Right here. It says right there. Although, the character that I actually play regularly is on Goblin. This is a stream-specific character. Also, hello, Jinxie. I haven't seen you in like so long that it took me a moment to realize. As long as you're talking and having a conversation, you're definitely entertained. Yeah, I mean, there is that, you know. I guess I look at it from like, oh, but the people that are watching the VODs later, even though I never post my VODs anymore. You know? Like, I have like 300 gig of non-uploaded streams. Like, I'm not even kidding. I legit have like 300 gigs of streams that I just haven't uploaded. Go ahead and level sync to help this person out. Or maybe this person wasn't doing the fate. Saw them attacking one of the enemies that was part of the fate and assumed they were doing the fate. But apparently they're not. They're just... Apparently they were just fighting an enemy that was part of the fate. So, rip. Maybe you should upload some of them videos, eh? But see, that would require me to actually, like, upload them. And that would require, like, making thumbnails and, like, work that I don't feel like doing. I'm terrible. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and withdraw because that fate put me at nearly level 17. So as soon as I kill these couple of guys, I'll be able to continue the quest line. In fact, I'd probably kill like one of these guys, but I might as well fill out the hunting log for these guys, so... Now, one was not enough, interestingly enough. How about that? It was 2. I needed 2. Making work, making thumbnails and uploading videos. Right? Like, it's work. Like, gosh. Like, you expect me to work? Jeez. I mean, I have them on an external hard drive, so they're not taking up space. And unfortunately, that is kind of another part of it, because that external likes to not cooperate. And so, like, I have to move them off of the external hard drive. Then once they're off of the external hard drive, then I can upload them. And then I have to put them back on the hard drive. I mean, I can always copy and paste instead, which I probably should do, but I don't. I do cut and paste for some reason. Usually because I cut and I paste, and I rename the file, and then I cut and I paste them back into the hard drive under like a specific folder. You know, like all of the Usum streams that I've uploaded are in the like Ultra Moon folder. But when I record, it just gives the VOD just like a string of numbers that are based off of like the date and the time that I streamed. Like I can't type in and be like, hey, you know, this is this. And so I keep it in that like date format until I upload the video. And when I'm uploading, I will rename the file, and then I'll find a picture to use as a thumbnail, and then I'll upload to YouTube. And then once it's uploaded, then I cut and I paste it back onto the hard drive in the proper folder. So if I were to copy and paste, then I would copy and paste, but then I'd have the original on the external. But then when I go to put it back, I then have to find it and then delete it. So it's easier to just cut and paste first. Hi, Tataru. I think this is our first time doing this, doing Scions. Deep in the deserts of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Trollololololo. I have no idea what she's saying. Wah! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised, this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... Here at the behest of Yida and Papalimo. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Liliya Rila. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru. I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know how to expect you. Yay! Go to the Waking Sands. Speak with the Scion of the Seventh Dawn in the Waking Sands. We're finally here! Now we get to meet some of the best characters in the game. I take it you're Liliya. Tatara sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Absolutely. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take the Disciple of War ones. Because that would be good for, like, Rogue and Lancer and stuff.
You're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
The Scions.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo.
The Echo.
The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past.
You two cats, honestly.
You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm.
Yeah.
I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies. Not a word from me, they would gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They're individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. Not that any of that will be done because I'm on a trial account. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Totaro. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You'll need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement. But believe me when I say the retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Quest complete. Hiring a retainer. You can't do this right now. You're on a trial account. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray, consider this when you give me your answer, Liliya. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Yours is no small endeavor. The dangers are great. A glamour dispeller. Minfilia is waiting to hear whether or not you will pledge your support to the Scions.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells?
Sharlayan.
It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons.
Archons.
Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome. I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
Hi, Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Eorzea, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Eorzea.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
The, one voice line Tataru has.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Roger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames.
Oh boy.
Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure.
Immortal Flames.
Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Eorzea, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
Alrighty. Wild Rose by any other name. Oh, gotta speak to Thancred. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. Going to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone. That would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives you his full cooperation. Alright, off to Camp Drybone, which I do not have, because that's here in Thanalan. Okay. So I have to remember where Camp Drybone is. That's in... I feel like it's northern. It's nowhere that I can reach from here, that much is for sure. Because this doesn't lead there. Central. Central to Blackbrush, Northern. Here it is. No, that's Camp Blue Frog. That is definitely not where I want to go. So it's not Northern. Oh, it's Eastern Thonalon. I've been here, apparently, just never been in there, apparently. That's slightly annoying. Alright. Well, we can go to Blackbrush to start with, then run over there. Apparently I've not hit the Chocobo Keeper here. Okay, I can only go to Ul'dah. That's fine. We'll just go this way. It'll take us a little bit, but we can get there. So... as long as we just run, we will eventually get there. We gotta run through the clutch, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. I mean, the toads might attack, since we're not too much higher level than them, but honestly, the main thing that we have to worry about is the ants that are over here. And it looks like we're just going to pass right by them, so... and then we will be in Eastern Thonalon. And this is where we can find Camp Drybone. And the Wall of Fire, which honestly looks really cool, just saying. At the Wall of Fire, it looks really cool in my opinion. Like, this is one of my favorite places to come just for the scenery, because, like, seeing the, like, glowing fire crystals over there just is, it's cool. I like it. Camp Drybone. Might as well hit the Chocobo Keep while I'm at it. And then we will head down to the Aetheryte. Ow. There are so many quests here. But we're just going to focus on the story ones. Unless we need to focus on others, anyway. Hi, I'm Isambard. Here's search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting her description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Eorzea. Seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Let's get right to it then. Minfilia names the Eorzea culprits in all this. You do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Eorzea hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers to the Church of Saint Adama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to their dead. Poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before Mongols catch their scent, but do not know if the Eorzea still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Eorzea seek in the area. Alright. So let's go find these bodies. And they're probably right over here. In this mysterious dark patch. It's really not that mysterious of a dark patch. Go ahead and pick up these corpses. And back to dry bones. And they stole the name from Nintendo, though. You know, because the dry bones are a Mario enemy. It's Camp Drybone. I don't see any dry bones around here. It's good to see you return. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? I'd hand that over. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what of the Eorzea? Did you see Enli? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Eorzea remaining. After all, I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. But since there's more to this than meets the eye, the occasional Eorzea raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. Total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Dark Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? That's a good question. Let's say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves. Maybe among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it to be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the end, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. I'm already feeling like tired. That sucks. Hopefully I'm not gonna end up being too tired here, but I guess we'll find out. Well, gods be damned. Well, that bloody adventurer threatened me back in Ulda. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Here's Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Play them all for fools and coax some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. And with all the disappearances, you can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Please, miss, just leave me be. Devious derelict. I've nothing to say but this. They'll take who or whatever has been feeding off us low folk. What do you want from me? I don't know nothing. Swear, please don't kill me. Well, that went splendidly. I learned an awful lot of information there. Oh, I never actually did. Oh no, maybe I did. Let's go ahead and set our home point to here, so we can always return with ease. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Thanks. That was a lot of information you just gave me. Missing my waifu. I wish I had a waifu. Welcome back, Liliya. Have you learned aught of import? I see. Suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. Common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Actually, the brass circlet wouldn't be bad. That is something I can equip. I no longer have glasses, though. So I best get some glamour prisms and glam them up. Isambard would like you to learn what you can from the clergy. If we would know what the common folk speak to of their gods, we've no better place to ask than the Church of St. Adama Landama. It's a small and humble church, proud to the northwest of here. So long as you're headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? Morbid request I grant you, but it must be borne to burial. I trust none more than to you to see to it. See, got a man named Marquess. He tends the graves of the lich yard. He'll tell you where the body is to be interred. I didn't realize you met Marquess this early in the storyline. Interesting. I wondered if so when I played this, I played up till like level 20 or so, and got into a grand company. Then I stopped, and then I picked it back up again, and I played till like level 25, and I stopped. And I picked it back up again, and played till level 50. And so I have forgotten a lot of this like early game stuff. So when they introduced you to Marquess, I was like, oh, this is somebody I'm supposed to know? Welcome back. But I was like, oh, was I supposed to like remember this person? And sure enough, you are. You're supposed to remember this person because, you know, you're not supposed to go for almost a year in between playing. So, I am Marquess, yes? The body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Up there, I think. It's been a while since I did any of these quests. Or maybe it is... like, I don't actually know where I'm trying to get to. I mean, I can see where it is on the quest, but it doesn't mean I know, on the map. But that doesn't necessarily mean I actually know where I'm trying to get to, I think it's up there. I'm just trying to remember how to get up there. Because it's not this way. There is no climbing in this game. So you have to find the path, and the path is usually it's probably this way. There's probably a path here or something that'll take me up there. No, I feel like this is just where I just was. It is. This is literally where I just was. I don't remember where I'm going. Ah. Right up the path. Of course. It's that simple. Whoops. Bury the embalmed corpse. He turned into rocks. Yeah, simple. I'll be honest, I looked down this path. This looked to me like a dead end, so I just didn't keep going. It was much more visible, but even you couldn't see it. Wow. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. Maybe Sister Orkin can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I do not know why, though. Pardon me, you will find Sister Orkin within the church walls. Here she is. I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing tribal inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have worked with Marcus, and soon. I am really tired for some reason. But I gotta stay up longer because yesterday I went to bed at 2 o'clock. So if I go to bed now, I'll end up waking up earlier. And then I'll just be even more tired by then. Thank you, Liliya. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Liliya? Hi, Thancred. Whoa. His movement was a little odd there. A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred. and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take pious unawares than she who takes confessions, the good sister Orkin herself? Orkin? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses of thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marquess. I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Dun dun dun! Plot thickens. Level 19. Ahead and equip our new gear. Isambard is concerned about the questions surrounding Sister Orkin's integrity. Sister Orkin, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, it's not uncommon to see her speaking to the children, but no, it could not be she, could it? I grow wary of these suspicions. There is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray, seek out the boy, Liliya, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orkin's activities. That's up here, right? Yeah, that's all the way the frick up there. And I probably can't just take the chocobo up there because I've never been there before. But they're on the way. Nope. Didn't think so. Alright, well, I had to go up this way anyway, so off we go, I guess. It really becomes nice when you have a chocobo to get everywhere. Like, seriously. It really becomes pretty, really nice when you have a chocobo. You can just go wherever you need to go. No new dungeons yet, though. We should be able to unlock Halatali pretty soon, though. And that's a level 20 dungeon. I don't think that one is a storyline. I think there's a quest for that one. There's actually a few dungeons that are not unlocked through the storyline. So if we want to see all of the dungeons, we got to ensure that we're hitting up all of the spots. At least it'll be easy to get back. We can just use the chocobo porter. The uncombed urchin. Please help. Sister Orkin went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing. She went looking for it. What if the monsters outside heard her? Please find her. Good grief. Hi, Orkin. Dead. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. Seeing my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. Now we head all the way back to Camp Drybone. I do actually feel pretty tired. I don't know like how long I'll be able to keep streaming before I just get too tired. I'm Matt Traveler. My name's just doing a Chocobo Port. Camp Drybone, 15 gil, as opposed to the 100 it would cost to teleport. But it means it's not going to be instantaneous, so that's alright. We get to listen to, the Chocobo music. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Chocobo music. Alright. We're back at Camp Drybone. It took me so long to figure out how to get in and out of Camp Drybone. The first couple of times I was here. That doesn't look good. I don't know if that's always been there, but it probably has. There's a lot. Whoop! I missed what you said there. Searching for the mementos of orphans and risking our own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Songkred would have us believe. Unless she's putting up a front. I'm well glad I reserved that inn for Sister Orkin. Seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she expected to make a full recovery. But now, on the matter at hand, Songkred came looking for you once more. He left word that he would be waiting at the Eorzea encampment to the southeast. Pray the two of you are unable to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. You're already starting to nod off? Yeah. I understand that feeling. I have like something in my eye, my left eye specifically, and it does not want to freaking move out of my left eye. And so like, I'm sitting here blinking over and over again and like really struggling to even like see the game. And that has nothing to do with me being tired, it's just annoying. I don't know what's in my eye and I don't know how to get rid of it. It's stuck there. It's really annoying. Unfortunately, my left eye has a lot of issues. And so things getting stuck in my eye is not uncommon because I actually have like tiny little like scrapes on my eye. And the stuff can actually end up in those like scrapes. And that just, it hurts. There you are, Liliya. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about Sister Orkin. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It seemed my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Miss Sister Orkin near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Eorzea caught my eye. I tracked them as far as its encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you. Dear Liliya, would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Of course you want me to go inside the place instead of you. Yeah, I wondered if I should have just attacked him. No, I have no real business with the Eorzea here. And the fact of the matter is that they're going to attack me. Because they're aggressive. And I'm in their level range. Yeah, it's quite painful. It's not like extremely painful, but it is like really annoying. And it's something I've dealt with my whole life. I don't know what happened. Like I do, but I don't. Like I don't know how I got scratches on the eye initially. But I know that my left eye has like a layer of, I don't want to call it skin, but like whatever the material is that makes up like the outside of your outside of your eye, like my left eye has like an extra layer of that. And so it's just ever so slightly thicker than it should be. And, it's part of why I'm also blind in that eye, is that because since it's thicker, the light doesn't enter the eye the way it should. I'm not completely blind in it, but like my right eye is like 20/40 vision and my left eye is like 2200 vision. So it's not cataracts. I mean, it might like develop into one or something. But the eye doctor that I was seeing that told me about it was like, it's not a cataract. It's just that there's just like a very thin extra layer. He said that there is like, I could have like laser surgery. But it's not like a cataract that you can, have surgery on and like remove it. The surgery that they could perform on this, because it's like, it's part of the eye itself, as opposed to like, being extra like a cataract would. I'm not explaining this very well, and I'm aware of that, but it's been a while since, I talked to that doctor, and also, I didn't inquire heavily, But he said it wasn't like, it wasn't cataracts. It was just like, just the way that it's like formed. There's just this like extra layer. And they could do like laser surgery to kind of like scrape the eye like clean so that there aren't any like scratches or bumps on it anymore. But they can't actually like remove the extra layer like you would a cataract. So, well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. Looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. This lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Naldthal seem somewhat less than studied. Find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray, take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let's see what Sister Orkin makes of it. Yeah, I've never heard of it either, and apparently none of the other eye doctors I had seen had ever even noticed it. But I was having really, really bad pain in my eye. It was getting to the point where I was under constant pain every, like, couple of weeks or so. And when I say, like, pain, I mean, like, serious pain in my eye. And, like, I had been taken to an eye doctor a couple of times for it. And they said, oh, you just, like, scratched your eye or something. It'll heal up and be fine. But when it was becoming this regular occurrence, yeah, it's not like a cataract. It's just more eye. But they said, like, yeah, like the eye doctors were just like, oh, you just have a scratch on your eye. And that was as far as it went. But when I saw this particular eye doctor, his name was Murdoch. He took a look and he went, so you have this gigantic corrosion on your eye. And it's caused because you just have this extra, he called it a patch over your eye, is how he put it. And he's like, it's not like a cataract. It's just it's a patch over your eye. It's an extra just layer of eye. And it was so badly corroded. Like, the whole eye was so badly corroded. I had to wear a physical eye patch for 3 days. And I had to go back to the eye doctor every single day to get it checked on during those 3 days. They would take the patch off, they would look at it, they'd apply some different, like, types of drops, and then they'd put a new patch on. And I did this every day for 3 days. And then after 3 days, then I was able to have the patch taken off, but then I had to wear another patch, like a regular, like, pirate type eye patch, essentially, just a cloth eye patch, for a week. And then after I had worn that for a week, then I could take that, I then had to go back in and see him. And then at that point, the eye had healed enough that I could take the eye patch off and I was fine. And he said that if it hadn't healed as fast as it had, it was more than likely I was going to need laser surgery on it to, scrape, essentially scrape off all of the scratch and flatten the eye and things like that. But it wasn't like, oh, we can remove the patch. It's like, it's extra eye, It's just that my eye is formed weird. And so it's not something you can remove or anything like that. Even if they laser surgery to flatten it, it's still going to be there, And so I'm just always going to have it no matter what they do. So, how do I read? I mean, I can see just fine out of my right eye. As long as I'm wearing my glasses, obviously. But I can see just fine out of my right eye. I just can't see out of my left eye. So, I have absolutely no depth perception. Like, I legit have none. Like, I've learned... Like, I've learned how to maneuver and how to, like, determine distance to a degree. But I have no actual depth perception, Like, I could not tell you how far away I am from the screen because I don't know how far away I am because I only see out of the one eye. So, usually your two eyes see slightly different images and your brain is able to say, okay, based off of that, here's distance. I can't do that because I can't see out of the left eye. But I've been basically blind in that eye for my entire life. I didn't even know that there was even a difference, Like, I have never seen 3D my whole life. I've never seen it. So I don't know what the world actually looks like to most people because I've never seen like 3 dimensions. So, and like I never even knew that I couldn't see 3D because I've been this way my whole life. So there's never been a point where I've been able to see 3D to know that I wasn't seeing in 3D, My Savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor of this day? What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Liliya. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to deception. There's no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Liliya. Shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Let's take the boots. After all these years of not using it, your brain probably won't like using it. Well, that's also one thing that one of the eye doctors said is like, if I wanted to be able to use that eye, I would have to go through some like serious therapy to get it to work. And not for lack of trying. I actually did go through 2 years of eye therapy. And there are some eye doctors that I've talked to about the therapy that I went through that were like, yeah, none of that actually works. But considering that I went there for 2 years and I like saw people that weren't able to use their left eye or their right eye, or one of their eyes, turn around and be able to use their eyes, both of their eyes. Like, I feel like maybe it just doesn't work for some people. Like, it does work, it's just for some people it doesn't. Like, not every kind of therapy works for everybody, But when I was in therapy, the first couple months of it were absolute torment for me. Because before I went to therapy, they said that my brain had just completely turned the eye off. It just was not using it at all. And so I actually had to do a 2-week session where I went in every single day and had some lights not flashed at me, but like, the light went on, the light dimmed, the light went on, the light dimmed. And like, I was brought close to the light and away from the light, and I had like sound I had like a headphones on so that it like played, sounds and music, that matched with like, when the light dimmed, it got quieter. When the light grew brighter, it got like louder. And after doing that for 2 weeks, my brain had realized that the eye was there and had turned on. And I had the worst double vision in my life. Like, because I never had seen out of that eye before. And now my brain was trying to use it, but it couldn't push the images together into a single image. I had massive double vision. Like it, to take a person's face, okay, and then just basically assume, in fact, here, I can kind of replicate it a bit. I think. Let me see. Can I duplicate my avatar by chance? It won't let me duplicate. So let me do another window capture. Featuring the same window as my avatar. And let me, let's see, 370. Sorry, this is gonna take me a second because I've got to like crop, and like chroma key and stuff to get this to work. Wait, chroma key. And then I have another filter. to make it a little bit shorter. Bottom of 160. Okay. And then if I do this... Hey look, it's double me! I feel like you've talked more about yourself than played the game now. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I don't know why second me isn't moving, but like... No, you're perfectly fine. I don't mind, like, discussing and talking about this at all. But... like... So, like, look at, you know... Normally your eye would take two images that are kind of like this. Can I do like a transparency by chance? I probably can. I just have to figure out how to. Maybe that would be in either the properties or the transform. Dun dun dun. No, not in the transform. But like, no, okay. So like, you look at now, like, this is about how far apart your eyes normally see, you know? Let me move this avatar below. There we go. But like, so okay, so this is like what a person would normally see, where they're like, there's one image on the right side, the other image on the left side, and then you merge them together, and it creates the single image that your brain sees and creates 3D out of. What I was dealing with, and this is gonna look really weird when I actually do this. But I want to show you what I actually was dealing with myself. This is what my double vision was like. Not just that they were apart, but my left eye was seeing things at a slant. Like, I know that sounds really weird, but that is legit how it works. Like, that's how if I make my left eye and my right eye able to see at the same time, this is what it looks like. You know? Like, they are far apart, and for whatever reason, the image in my left eye is higher and slanted. And it's not like my eye is slanted or anything, because if I close my right eye, my left eye sees just fine. But when I have both eyes open, and I'm looking through both at the exact same time and forcing both eyes to see, my left eye sees like my avatar there on the left is. It's far apart, slightly up, and tilted. Just about maybe 15 or 20 degrees. I don't know why. I do not know why at all. But when I don't use my left eye, it's like looking at a TV screen or a monitor or, you know, watching this video, you know. It's like, yeah, I see what you see right now, you know. Simbar wants help to identify and apprehend the false priest. I'm afraid I've not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. Actually, I'm going to add a stream marker to that. I want to clip that, just because I think it could be a fun little thing to post, like, online, you know? Like, giving that explanation. Hello! Hello, Vitrudel. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Liliya and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It'll be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. And these will serve well. You have my thanks. Double serene, yeah. I don't know why the second avatar was frozen, but oh well. Listen, Liliya. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp, and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. The world does need more serene. I mean, I don't know about that, but, you know. Speak with locals while garbed in a weathered shepherd's tunic and a pair of weathered shepherd's slocks. So this and this. I mean, I don't look that impoverished, just to be honest, but I do get what they're going for. I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry, always laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Ermagerd! I love her name, Ermagerd. Greetings, good madame. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Ermagerd. Ah, there's somebody above me, okay. I'm like, wait, where's this person? They're above me, I think. So I'll do that one last. And you are? Humph, another refugee by the looks of you. I missed what else he said. Probably something about the immortal flames and not wanting to deal with me. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now go get out of here so I can finish my story. Rude. Alrighty. There will more than likely be a stream tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday, so D&D night. So if you've been enjoying the D&D streams, feel free to come on out. Are they up here? Ah. Yes and no. They're over here. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whosoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? But yeah, D&D tomorrow, so that will be, starting at the 7 o'clock. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Liliya. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. Though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place. Rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let's go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Like the D&D as background chat? Makes sense. I mean, there is only so much that you can do with, like, watching a D&D session. But yeah, I mean, it's meant to kind of be something you can put on in the background because it's a podcast, so as long as people are enjoying it, that's all that matters. Because I just want people to be able to enjoy, the story that I have crafted. I know we haven't gone much of anywhere in it yet, but hopefully, our players will, get up in levels here, pretty quick. And then we'll start to see the real meat of the story pick up. So hi, Thancred. Fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Liliya. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left, then, is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child. Well, I mean you no harm. I'm a priest of the Order of Lalafell, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer. Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Eorzea raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. The defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. So I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Eorzea in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Alright, good night, Skirix. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Eorzea. I didn't have a choice. Taking one home is a noble thing, but the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! Good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Eorzea pay me. You sacrifice innocence that you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. What? Not you again? Were you the one leaking the immortal flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I knew nothing of that, I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth, but no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Liliya, be a dear and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Nice. Alright. Back to the Waking Sands we go. Which involves going to Horizon. And then, heading off from there. I guess I could just use a Chocobo. Chocobo keep over to Horizon. Or to Waking... Vesper Bay, that's it. That's the place. Bye-bye. Bye, Ellie Skovic. I mean, she'll show up here any second, but she didn't take the Chocobo, so I was able to get here just a little bit faster. Into the Waking Sands we go. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, Liliya. I'm pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see, you have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Eorzea know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. I feel like I'm really loud. Maybe I just have my headphones up louder than normal. Let me turn down my headphones a little bit here. Oh boy. Life, materia, and everything. Level 19. Philly would like you to meet a distinguished individual. We're very close. Very close. Now we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblybots, and he is a scholar of no small dispute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. And the knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and the students, has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix, and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thonalon, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and the way will become clear. Central Thonalon. We go.